powered by Red Blue Energy Drink सर्वत्र बजारमा उपलब्ध छ।
Pinnacle Academy, Lagankhil, Lalitpur, 25 years of excellence.
Hello, namaste, and yes, welcome back to another brand new episode of ChiyaGuff. This is me, Smarika, with you guys. Ramosanga as the exana is to amazing personality hununcha. Jasko barema chai words cannot describe his talent, his skill, and of course his creativity. He is someone who has set the benchmark so high in the terms of fashion industry. Jasai say meet garnako lagi, it's been really very tough. उहाँले गर्नुभएको क्रिएसन उहाँले दिनुभएको contribution towards the fashion industry of Nepal as a whole has been so dynamic, so amazing that people really look forward to what kind of designs he's coming up with. But having said that, उहाँको डिजाइन्सहरुमा चाहिँ उहाँको एउटा आफ्नोपन यसो झल्किरहेको हुन्छ कि wherever you see his designs, okay, so यो चाहिँ उहाँको डिजाइन हो भनेर चाहिँ you can easily figure that out. He is someone who's not just talented, but someone very easy to talk to, someone who's very humble and very, very hardworking. उहाँको बारेमा बुझ्दै जाँदाखेरि हेर्दै जाँदाखेरि there were a couple of things that I found really very interesting and exciting जुन चाहिँ हामी कार्यक्रममा कुराकानी गर्ने नै छौं. He is someone who has designed for all of these amazing celebrities all around. Nepali celebrities haruko लागि चाहिँ he is one of the most go-to persons. उहाँले गर्नुभएको डिजाइन्सहरु are so exquisitely amazing that yes, त्यसको बारेमा कुराकानी गर्न चाहिँ I don't think I can stop myself. So उहाँको डिजाइन्स nationally मात्र नभइकन internationally पनि यति राम्रोसँग recognize भएको छ, यति राम्रोसँग appreciate भएको छ. त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ हामी कुराकानी अझै पनि गर्ने नै छौं. अहिलेको लागि we taking a short tea break. We will be right back after that. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome none other than amazingly blessed and talented designer Tseten Bhutia. Tseten भन्नुहुन्छ होला. Tseten. म I was like, Tseten कसरी भन्छ, Tseten कसरी भन्छ भनेर. I was so confused के. कसरी pronounce गर्नुहुन्छ भन्नुहुन्छ.
So I think it's a very common name, Tseten. So normally you call it Tseten.
Tseten Bhutia.
Yeah, so basically when I write it's TSE, but then when you pronounce it it's CHE, Tseten.
Tseten.
Yeah,
okay. So, alikati, when you come to alikati Mongolian background, their names are alikati tough, or is it just me?
Yeah, it's very tough because during the school times as well, like unsani alikati pronounce गर्न गाह्रो नै हुन्थ्यो. जस्तै I have difficulty pronouncing some names, हैन. त्यसरी नै people used to find it a little bit more intimidating भनौं न in my name as well.
Very T like you pronounce it with C, ke?
Yeah, so it's very French to me because like in French you eat most of the alphabets, you know.
True, absolutely right. Oh my God, if you take it that way, it sounds more fancier. By the way, oh my God. So what's keeping you busy? What are you up to these days? के भइरहेको छ? How's life?
It's going pretty well after the Khan design, so it's happening so much. People have been talking a lot. They sort of call me as the Khan designer now, so I'm very blessed.
I got to know you love it when people call you the Khan's designer, Vanilla.
I think that's like one of the recognition that I have achieved as like being the first designer to showcase my design on the red carpet. So I think that's a proud moment, and I should be very proud of it, and I actually embrace it with all my hearts.
फेरि मलाई एकदमै राम्रो लागेको कुरा पनि के हो भने कि नि मोस्ट अफ द टाइम्स भनौं है नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ कस्तो भइरहेको हुन्छ विदेशमा चाहिँ छैन है फेरि यो ट्रेन्ड नेपालमा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भने कि हामी लुगा लगाएर जानु भएको व्यक्तिलाई चाहिँ एकदमै नै प्रायोरिटी दिइरहेको हुन्छ व्हिच इज very necessary पनि हैन तर नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ डिजाइनर्सहरुले चाहिँ त्यो लेभल अफ रेकग्निसन र अप्रिसिएसन पाइरहेका हुँदैनन् जबकि सुरक्षाजीको त्यो डिजाइन द ड्रेसकै कुरा गर्ने हो भने यु डिड इट इन सच अ शॉर्ट टाइम एकदमै शॉर्ट टाइममा एकदमै अमेजिङ डिजाइन मैले त्यसको बारेमा रिसर्च गर्दाखेरि पनि कस्तो राम्रो यहाँले माइन्युटली देशको बारेमा कति धेरै कुरा झल्किने गरी यहाँले डिजाइन गर्नुभएको रहेछ हैन जुन चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै अचम्म पनि लाग्यो हाउ क्यान यु कम अप विथ सच आइडियाज पनि भयो हैन र फ्यासिनेटेड पनि भएँ के म सो आई वुड रियली अप्रिसिएट इफ यहाँले आफ्नै मुखले चाहिँ अलिकति त्यो डिजाइनको बारेमा जुन सुरक्षाजीले लाउनु भएको त्यो ब्युटिफुल रेड गाउन त्यसको बारेमा अलिकति भनिदिनु भयो भने
So basically, I think it's destiny. I believe in destiny, you know. So whatever, like the stars aligns, you know, and somehow if it's in your afno bhagma pareko cha bhane चाहिँ I think it comes to you, like जसरी भयो पनि आउँछ जस्तो लाग्यो, and I think this is one of the moment as well like that, you know. I never thought that I'm going to be designing something like so amazing for like I met Suraksha after like I don't know 5 to 6 years after probably because I did one shoot with her before एकचोटि मात्र भेटेको थिएँ and then somehow I know the gesture like how she looks and all the stuff but then after that like she got busy I got my own thing stuff going on and somehow the whole star aligned and she came to me for Cannes भनौँ न so basically she told me like oh it's a small role that I have done in a foreign movie, a Belgium-based movie. So it's somewhat like I thought it's going to be. I never thought it's going to be so much out of proportion, like blown out. त्यसरी नै मान्छेले appreciate गर्छ भनेर. Not in my dreams. I thought that. It's somehow. I still pinch myself and when I think when I think back how it all happened like I was sleeping and then like in the morning someone tagged me in a picture and then the whole it was like blowing up and so it was very surreal moment and in terms of design it really took me like so much of a thinking भनौँ न so basically we had so much short time and उहाँको visa process and all the stuff was happening we were not sure whether she's going or not so there were so many things going on in mind and सँगै what was happening was I was thinking at the back of my mind like what should represent Nepal at best at best हुन्छ नि त्यो जब when you do the red carpet हैन so नेपालले कसरी चिनाउने हुन्छ नि as you said like हुन्छ नि जस्तै अरूहरुलाई जस्तै internationally अरू डिजाइनर्सहरुलाई जुन चाहिँ appreciation पाउँछ हुन्छ नि नेपालमा अलिकति गाह्रो नै छ internationally recognized भएको but then someone did recognize as one of the 15 dress भनौँ न
absolutely
so I'm really glad for that it just went on and on and on and then that was like a cherry on top of a cake भनौँ न so it all came together and then the process was like really अलिकति कस्तो थियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ I really thought a lot about it so about the pleats about how I can represent Nepal in terms of like हुन्छ नि the place how to unite it
त्यसको हरेक डिटेलिङमा पनि एउटा यहाँको एकदमै डीप थॉट प्रोसेस छ भनेर चाहिँ मैले सुनेको थिएँ हैन सो त्यो चाहिँ अलिकति शेयर गरिदिनुस् न त्यो जस्तो प्लिट्सहरुको कुरा गर्दिनु थियो त्यो सबैसँग चाहिँ कतिवटा प्लिट्स छ समेत पनि देयर इज सो मच स्टोरी गोइङ अन बिहाइन्ड इट प्लिज त्यो अलिकति शेयर गरिदिनुस्
Okay so what happened was when she came to me so we had to sit down like this हुन्छ नि we talked about like what she because I need to understand what she's comfortable with so I have this process of doing a brainstorming with my client भनौँ न so we sit and then I talked about like what color you want like you know what really looks good on you because you never know because I mean in such a short period of time I cannot go wrong anywhere in terms of choosing the color in terms of choosing the fabric in terms of like हुन्छ नि the whole design so I really need to sit and like हुन्छ नि and she was really busy like हुन्छ नि moving around like doing the visa stuff and all this त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ like I had like an hour or so like we had a little talk regarding the comfort that she wants to be in like हुन्छ नि अनि त्यो कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ she said like हुन्छ नि she was thinking of wearing a sari भन्दै थियो के so मैले चाहिँ sari because I follow Cannes like religious it's like हुन्छ नि it's like religion to me भनौँ न I see like every time कानमा हुन्छ नि कुन चाहिँ सेलिब्रिटीहरुले के लगाइरहेछ कुन चाहिँ डिजाइनर लगाइरहेछ who really stood out who made a bad choice हुन्छ नि so I said like sari भन्यो भने त like we are very much के भन्ने inspired by Bollywood भनौँ न and we see all these Bollywood celebrities going to Cannes हैन and then you see them wearing sari Kangana wore it Deepika wore it already हैन and then somehow how does it represent Nepal हुन्छ नि how what if like हुन्छ someone calls you an Indian out there instead of saying you are a Nepali. हैन, so won't you get hurt? हुन्छ नि लाइक हुन्छ नि कसरी चाहिँ आफूलाई त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ, एन्ड देन शी सेड लाइक द्याट्स अ भेरी गुड थट हैन. सो क्यान वी डु समथिङ विच हेज दिस अ लिटल बिट अफ लाइक हुन्छ नि अलिकति ट्रेडिसनल वेयरको लागि. सो द्याट्स हाउ वी केम विथ द आइडिया अफ डुइङ अ प्लिट लाइक अ साडी इन अ गाउन. हुन्छ नि बिकज वी डोन्ट वान्ट नेपाल सुड नट बी लाइक हुन्छ नि त्यो अलिकति ब्याकवर्ड भन्दा पनि लाइक हुन्छ नि वी सुड इम्प्रेस other cultures as well. अरू बाहिरतिर जुन चाहिँ normally when they wear gowns and all the stuff हैन, त्यो पनि हामीले embrace गरेर we should like हुन्छ नि present it in such a way that हुन्छ नि like it should look like Nepali, but at the same time हुन्छ नि it should be
very red carpet as well.
Yeah, so it should be a blend of both the cultures भनौँ न. So that's how we came with the idea of like हुन्छ नि जुन चाहिँ South Pradeshको 7 pleats, and then we have this flower motif going on onto the upper part हुन्छ नि. So the whole flower thing, and then I wasn't very sure about the flower part because we haven't discussed Surakshaसँग हैन. Then when she came and when she wore it and she felt like हुन्छ नि it's like next to her skin, okay? Like you wear and you feel it. As soon as you wear it, like okay, this is the one भन्ने. So she said like this is the one. I cannot say no.
One of your interviews मा मैले के पनि सुनेको थिएँ भने कि you've had mentioned कि कुनै पनि आफ्नो काम गर्छ भने you should feel it from toe to your head भन्ने कुरा यहाँले mention गर्नुभएको थियो. So maybe that's what she felt. किनभने until and unless एउटा designer र उसको त्यो design flaunt गर्ने मान्छेले त्यो same connection feel गर्नु भएन भने त्यो justice हुँदैन जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई creation मा. How true is that?
See, the thing is like whatever you're wearing, if you can't embrace it, I would rather suggest don't wear it. It happens with all the Miss Nepals as well. Like when they come to me for evening gowns, I know. I tell them like, I mean, I'm gonna design for you. If you really like it, if you feel it's you, then you should wear it. If not, then find another options. Because at the end of it, on the stage, it will see it in your face, reflects. Yes, very true.
A guy who's like on the front of his screen मा बसेर अरू डिजाइनर्सहरुको डिजाइन फ्लन्ट भइरहेको हेर्दाखेरि र आफू स्क्रिन अगाडि बसेर यो मेरो डिजाइन हो भनेर हेर्न पाउँदाखेरिको कस्तो डिफरेन्स हुँदो रहेछ त?
It's so surreal. I mean, like the day when I came to know that she was actually there, and I saw it on Kankai proper YouTube channel ma, where I saw the whole video that you have just seen, हैन. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ I felt like the whole day I was like, is it a dream? Is it a dream? Like, I was just walking around, Banumna. It was so surreal for me. Like, and I would never thought that this will happen to me, and then it was like, I still cannot believe it's happening to me. I still, like, whenever I see the video and I get goosebumps, Banumna. So, like, I think it's like one of the biggest achievements so far that I have achieved in my life, and I hope like I get higher and higher and higher. So
you will definitely, you will fly really high. किनभने over a decade यहाँको journey भइसक्यो हैन. कतिपय समयमा चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ नि, people they get tired as well के by हुन्छ नि constantly doing something, and but you've never been tired, you've never settled for less, and you've been always setting the benchmark really very high. Even when it comes to 2013 ma bhanau na 2013 ma Miss Nepal ko jun pageant internationally जाँदाखेरि पनि you got so well recognized for the gown itself. त्यतिखेर design गर्नु भएको 2013 but अहिले back to अहिले हामी 2022 मा आइसक्यो के. You've always set the benchmark so high for the upcoming generation as well. र आफ्नै लागि पनि किनभने when you do one good thing you feel like अझै राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो, अझै राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो, अझै राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो, and it just sets the benchmark so high, isn't it?
Truth be told, like I mean, as you said, like I've been setting benchmarks since 2013. But then, when you see the journey between 2013 to 2022, I know there have been like so many times like I felt so let down. I felt so very low that it's not happening with me. Like should I, like there was a second thought that should I quit designing? Like it's not like people don't see it. Like it really, they just see the surface bhanau na, which I post on social media, हामीले designs are create गरेर हुन्छ, but then it doesn't mean that those designs are like well taken by the people. Like it's not that the business is always good. Like there have been so many times like where I felt like am I going in the right direction? I doubted myself. But then somehow I kept on going. I didn't like I have talked to my family as well. Like it's not happening. हुन्छ नि there were times when it was not happening at all with me. And then I told my family, like, should I, like, हुन्छ नि quit the career that I'm in? And then my family were like very supportive and like, हुन्छ नि you have like achieved so much in your life. I think you should like, हुन्छ नि keep on going, and there will come a time when like, हुन्छ नि people will start like, हुन्छ नि showing appreciation for what you have been doing. And then I'm sure there will come a time when like people will actually see what was the struggle behind Panera. So I mean that's how kept me going. And then I would like to say the same thing to all the future generations of designers as well. Like, never quit. Sort of, if you are feeling low, that's a part of it. That's a part of the journey. Until unless you don't see the failure, how are you going to be a successful
absolutely.
person?
So yes, with me I have this amazing guy, Tseten Bhutia. Welcome to the show back again.
Thank you so much.
I am so excited to talk to you because I've been following you over a decade now, okay? Ma school ma hunda kheri nai you have been creating this buzz. You've been known as the guy from the Zoom ma aune designer cha ni tyo yaad cha kya malai चाहिँ because you've had participated in Zoom ko त्यो एउटा reality show ma as well, designers ko हैन अनि I remember अनि त्यतिखेर चाहिँ यस्तो धेरै डिजाइनिङ एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ को क्रेज थिएन नि त नेपालमा त्यतिखेर पनि के थियो भने कि लुगा सिलाउने भनेको टेलरका मात्र हो भन्ने खालको थियो नि त बट you went to this in India it's an international platform, people see it all over the world, they follow it like a religion. So you've always been that person who's coming up with something new, something different, something exciting every now and then. How much pressurized do you feel sometimes? Pressure to huncha hola ni that अहिलेको जमाना त कस्तो छ खतरा खतरा चीजहरु ब्याक टु ब्याक आइरहेन भने मान्छेले बिर्सिन्छ के कतिको प्रेसर महसुस गर्नुहुन्छ यहाँले?
Very much. I mean, हामी जब when we were studying those times, हैन त्यति बेला there was no internet.
True.
Like we couldn't be able to like find everything on Google or like any social platform. But then now like you have to update yourself. Like every time you are sort of story content जुन चाहिँ भन्छन् हैन त्यो एउटा क्रिएट गर्नुपर्ने. And then we cannot invest so much. Like हुन्छ नि अनि Nepal is not like हुन्छ नि in terms of like हुन्छ नि हाम्रो जब हाम्रो business modules हेर्दाखेरि we are not like हुन्छ नि you have a separate person for doing your social media. हुन्छ नि so नेपालमा अलिकति गाह्रो नै छ भनौं न एउटा social media लाई कसरी ह्यान्डल गर्ने and all those stuff. So you have to learn everything on your own.
One man army हुनुपर्छ के.
So you have to I mean you have to do a designing, you have to create, you have to talk to people, you have to meet your clients, you have to again look after the social media and then like mostly
updated पनि भइराख्नु पर्यो.
I know and then like with the whole technology thing you cannot be basic.
True, absolutely.
So you have to create something like
मैले यहाँको Instagram सम्झेको के त्यसपछि after you mentioned oh right you've put in a lot of effort in that. भनेर याद आयो हुन्छ नि यहाँको पिक्चर्सहरु पनि एउटा पिक्चर्सहरु हैन लाइक प्रपर्टी त्यो एउटा पिक्चरलाई पनि ग्रिड बनाएर you've maintained that and it takes a lot of effort for that as well.
It does and then like हुन्छ नि I mean it's like very sort of it's more of a challenge. Designing for me, so basically you have different careers in your life. Right? Some want to be a doctor, some wanted to be a banker, some wanted to be an engineer. Right? So but then what's the basic studies like? You do the same thing whatever you have learned, right?
True.
When you're a banker, you go to a bank, you sit in a chair, you do the same routine again and again. Like maybe sometimes in 5 to 6 years your software get updated or whatever, and then you learn the new process. But then for us, every day it's a learning process. Wow, you're learning something new all the time.
You need to be inspired by everything.
And you have to be like on your toes like every time what's happening in the world.
एकदम observant हुनुपर्छ होला.
Very much. You have to be very updated. You have to see what all's happening. You have to so that you can talk about it. You know?
True.
So I mean, when someone tells me like, okay, recent show and recent designers, and if I'm not updated, then it becomes sort of like lack of knowledge, or like you have to keep up with the whole scenario, what's happening around.
Absolutely. On that note, we're heading on towards another clip. Well, yeah, if I'm mistaken, then यहाँको जुन designs, यहाँको collection कलेक्सन्सहरु जुन यहाँले इन्टरनेसनली शोकेस गर्नु भएको थियो हैन र यहाँले जुन डिजाइन गरिसक्नु भएको थियो त्यो डिजाइन्सहरु चाहिँ केही वर्षपछि एकदमै फेमस डिजाइनर्सहरुको चाहिँ एकदम हाई एन्ड फ्यासन शोमा त्यो सिमिलर काइन्ड अफ डिजाइन्सहरु पनि फ्लन्ट भएको थियो अली साहबहरुको हुन्छ नि लाइक फ्यासन शोमा त्यो भन्ने खालको कुराहरु पनि मैले सुनेको थिएँ हैन सो हाउ डु यु फील व्हेन दैट सॉर्ट अफ थिङ ह्यापन्स किनभने हाम्रो देशमा देयर इज नो कपिराइट हैन यहाँले गर्नुभएको सेम डिजाइन छ जुन 2 वर्ष अगाडि इफ दैट वाज मार्केटेड वेल देन दैट वुड बी योर थिङ के र त्यही सेम डिजाइन 2 वर्षपछि अली साहबले हिज showcasing that and you're all this chill and like it's okay anyone can come up with similar kind of designs भनेर बसिराख्नु भएको छ हैन how do you get all that calmness from
so the thing is like as you said like since the copyright laws so like we are so not very updated because we never thought that I will take this more as a compliment like when it clashed the designs like just and then the what I really feel sad about is like when you create something and when it looks similar to an international designer people are very quick to judge like
copy
garyo but then when someone else does it like as you mentioned Elisa जुन चाहिँ डिजाइन क्ल्याश भयो I'm sure like हुन्छ नि उहाँले मेरो डिजाइन हेरेर त्यो गरेको हैन होला and then it's the same thing with us as well we don't like literally go and see the design sometimes it clash because imagine we are like हुन्छ नि thousands of years away and then from thousands going back to the ancient age देखि लिएर अहिलेसम्म imagine how many designers are there how many designs have been created कहाँ कहाँ त एकचोटि त क्ल्याश त भइहाल्छ नि and somehow people are so quick to judge के and it's very sad and when something like this happens like एउटा नेपाली डिजाइनर को एउटा बाहिर विदेशमा देखि no one talks about it
true and किन
and you are I think you are the first one who have actually raised that question you know no one have ever said that to me before like no one was very appreciative of it like no one was there to support and give you like a hand or say that oh this is not done you know you should speak about no one said that to me so far
you need to kinabhane it's all about marketing it's so much about marketing and something you can get so much hyped about and kinabhane you've had that only 2 years before and 2 years bhaneko ta ekdamai long duration ho ke अब यहाँले कति धेरै थट प्रोसेस लगाएर त्यो डिजाइन बन्नु र त्यो डिजाइन बनेर आइसकेको 2 वर्षपछि अरु कसैले बनाउनु भनेको that's a very long time it takes a lot of effort and everything and I think these are some things जुन चाहिँ which needs to be marketed well जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई maybe I think a lot त्यस्तो कुरामा हैन and when it comes to you हैन मैले जबदेखि यहाँलाई नोटिस गरे you have the signature look in your designs के most of the times your sleeves are different के the top part of your designs are always outstanding it's the cherry of your cake cherry on the top जुन भनिन्छ नि so सबै डिजाइनरको आफ्नो आफ्नो एउटा सिग्नेचर हुन्छ हामी जति पनि डिजाइनर्स हेर्छौं यहाँको सिग्नेचर चाहिँ मलाई पर्सनली त्यो यहाँको जुन एक्स्ट्राभेगेन्ट एउटा यहाँले स्लीव्सहरु बनाउनुहुन्छ त्यो जस्तो लाग्छ मैले रिसेन्टली दीक्षाको पनि हेर्दै थिए जुन फोटो शूट भएको थियो and she was like flaunting it so well त्यो जुन टक्क
it looks like a bird
like a bird and it's so flowing so well and it's so pretty how do you come up with this idea of having different kind of sleeves having that extra touch extra you on those sleeves how do you come up with that
so in terms of designing so basically to find your own sort of comfort zone bhanum na like how you want to be perceived as a designer it takes a lot of time it's not like मैले college सिधाए and then I become a designer so I have this style no it happens it's a learning process it like builds up so the one that you were talking about the boning that I do normally now it's been almost I think 2 years now that I've been working on so when I first did that boning part no one actually liked it you know
why
and then it was like no one took a notice of it and then thought like what is this like things that's happening with your design you know I mean it's sort of like people think that it's not wearable or whatever हुन्छ नि त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ then I didn't give up on that. I enjoyed it, the whole process. So I kept on working on another design with a similar boning technique and another design. Now people actually wear it for weddings. So I think like I've come a long, I could convince people actually this can be a wearable design as well.
Absolutely.
So
that's what the beauty.
It takes time.
the beauty is of fashion भनौँ न सुरुमा it's sometimes so tough to हुन्छ नि soak it in हुन्छ नि लिनै गाह्रो भइरहेको हुन्छ but once it gets click it goes viral भने जस्तो so on that note we're heading on towards a short commercial break. We will be right back after that. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm here to say धेरै यहाँको डिजाइन यहाँको कलेक्सन्सहरु जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो ब्युटिफुल लेडीजहरुले फ्लन्ट गर्नुभएको कुराकानी गरिहाल्यौं but you also have design for men as well हैन त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ हामीले राम्रोसँग कुरै गर्न पाएको छैन कुरै भएको छैन. Could you please share us more about that?
Okay, so just during the pandemic ko belama चाहिँ I came up with this collection भनौं न menswear को shirt को लागि especially I wanted to start with shirt but then the thing is like I mean when you see men and women, the nature of how individual people are, like हुन्छ नि जस्तै हामीले male र female छुट्टाको बित्तिकै when it comes to clothes, women are more
fashionable,
acceptable in terms of new designs. Men's are a little conservative भनौं न. So if there is something fancy going on, I think 1 out of 10 will try that new thing, but then 9 will be like, no, I'm okay with the basics.
Also, especially, you must have noticed this more, you know? Still, there is this concept that guys should not be wearing pink.
I know.
Why?
I know. And then there are so many people, they judge you on your looks.
Absolutely.
You know, and then what you're wearing as well. Like, and this, I think guys are a little hesitant in terms of trying out new things. So it becomes so much easier to do for women's wear, So it was kind of challenging for me. But then I'm sure like in future, like men will also appreciate creativity. Yeah.
Oily, say, how is it going? How is it?
So the collection has been sold out. So now, I wouldn't say it took a long time to actually sell those. You know, it was not. Bistari, it was selling. So it took a long time. So I mean, it becomes very hectic, banumna. So let's say we have stopped at the moment, but then I'm sure like soon we'll try to come up with something amazing for men's as well.
For you, you know, what has fashion been for you?
For me, fashion, it's more of a signature style of personality. Just say you are a personality, so you have your own style of dressings. So that becomes fashion to me. So every individual, like I cannot pinpoint and say that okay, one should wear this. You know, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to wear my design. I mean, if you are not comfortable with the design that I do, then that's your right. And that sets you apart and you have your own style. So that sort of like fascinates me. And then that's what fashion is all about. For me, I want to see like different personality, different style. And I really like to, I really appreciate people actually follow their own style and their own comfort zones. So I think that's fashion to me.
I'm pretty sure यहाँले धेरैजना डिजाइनर्सहरुलाई फलो पनि गर्नुहुन्छ होला हैन आफू त्यही फिल्डमा भएपछि you need to stay updated, you need to have this proper check and balance. यहाँको विचारमा चाहिँ अहिलेको नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ कुनै डिजाइनर यहाँको पनि पर्सनल फेभरेट हुनुहुन्छ होला who has not been as recognized, who are comparatively अलिकति underrated हो कि उहाँको स्किल अनुसार जस्तो यहाँलाई महसुस भएको त्यस्तो कोही डिजाइनर हुनुहुन्छ who are very good with their designs but are a bit underrated?
So when it comes to designers, I know the one who I have started with, when I started in 2010, I did the first gown for Sahana Bajajari. I know there were a couple of designers who we came along in a journey. So somehow what happens is there's always a new talent coming up. New talent आउँछ फेरि अर्को वर्ष फेरि अरु डिजाइनर्स आउँछ one or two गर्दै every year आइरहेको हुन्छ हैन सो जुन चाहिँ हामीसँग पहिलादेखि जर्नी गरेको डिजाइनर्सहरु चाहिँ somehow they sort of get tired of us like even the media like हुन्छ नि अब the interview that I've given so far, like I'm sure like I've talked so much about, I've been saying the same thing again and again and again. I think people get tired and it become very repetitive. So maybe that's why like people lose interest on us because you know I mean अहिलेको वर्ल्डमा you need gossip you need something very controversial भनौँ न so I mean त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ they always try to interview new talent भनौँ न so त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो पहिला आको जस्तै there were so many designers like there is Ante Gurung there is Bina Gale there is
Auntie Gurung, she's a darling. I used to do a show and I've worn her collections and it's just amazing. I remember यो 2015 तिरको कुरा होला अनि त्यतिखेर जुन designsहरू she had they were so amazing. She's one of my favorites still.
So there's so many designers who actually like हुन्छ नि didn't get so much of recognition in their journey as well and I'm sure like हुन्छ नि they would not give up and then will keep continue doing it so that हुन्छ नि they will come a moment where you will be like a star भनौँ न so I'm sure like there is a Musi so there are so many labels like हुन्छ नि which people don't even अहिलेको नयाँ generation doesn't even recognize होला थाहा नै हुँदैन होला most of the अहिले नयाँ generation they don't even recognize me हुन्छ नि when I go to colleges and all like हुन्छ नि so like they're so I don't know they're so much influenced by like
social media
the one who do like little bit of dancing and all those stuff and then the designer bhayera pani afno designer ko field chhodera aru tira huncha ni so like you have to have like huncha ni euta entertainment factor pani which we have to learn which we have to learn as well design bhane bittikai design matra garera haina you have to do something else pani raisa
यस्तो पनि भयो नि त until and unless you flaunt it यो पनि गर्न सक्छ भनेर थाहा पनि हुँदैन नि त like to the people general people so creation out of the box सोचेर to flow as anywhere as a tailor work is to stitch the already made designs हैन त
that's what I think people like don't understand it like हुन्छ नि now I think people are getting it what designing is all about but then पहिला if you see it as a career हैन म डिजाइनिङ हुन्छ भनेको के टेलर हुने हो र तिमी भोलि भयो भनेर so I mean tailor is even if someone says like you want to be a tailor I think like it's not like a त्यो नराम्रो job पनि हो जस्तो नि लाग्दैन if you want to be a tailor yes you can be a tailor as well but then tailor and designer ma चाहिँ there's always a huge gap because designing is all about you have to learn how to stitch as well you have to be tailor it's not that हुन्छ नि टेलर भन्ने बित्तिकै नराम्रो वर्ड हो र हुन्छ नि अलि लो जब हो त्यस्तो सोच्नु हुँदैन जस्तो लाग्छ हैन किनभने when you are doing learning designing हैन you have to stitch as well you have to sit in a machine धागो हाल्नै पर्छ सियोमा धागो हाल्ने स्टिच गर्ने सबै गर्नु पर्छ
सरी आई इन्टरप्टेड यु हैन अलिकति छोटो टाइम भएको भएर मलाई कस्तो एउटा कुरा थपिहाल्न मलाई हाम्रोमा चाहिँ के रङ कन्सेप्ट छ भने कि डिजाइनर पीसेस आर एक्सपेन्सिभ दे आर नट वेयरेबल किनभने एकदम एक्सपेन्सिभ हुन्छ बट खास भन्ने हो भने that's something you come up with you take a lot of time एकदमै समय लगाएर सोचेर आफ्नो एउटा डिस्टिंक्ट एउटा यहाँले क्यारेक्टरै क्रिएट गर्नुहुन्छ नि त सो त्यो एफर्ट त्यो एनर्जी त्यो सबै कुराले गर्दाखेरि एउटा पिस एउटा आर्ट अफ वर्क भनौँ न निस्किँदाखेरि इट गेट्स टेन्स टु गेट एक्सपेन्सिभ होइन बट पिपल डोन्ट अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड दिस वाट डु यु हेभ गट टु से टु द्याट
So basically what's happening it's like हुन्छ नि I mean from my opinion I don't want to say like हुन्छ नि अरू डिजाइनर्स को आइजबाट हैन from my opinion मेरो आफ्नो पर्सनल ओपिनियन हो हैन so when it comes to designing I tend to give something that's not in the market हुन्छ नि so I mean if it's already there in the market then that doesn't why to come to a designer so when they come to me they specifically come to me for certain एउटा डिजाइनको लागि or for certain creativity that they want me to that they trust me with so I cannot let that trust go down
True.
so I try to give my best when it comes to a client हुन्छ नि what the person is actually looking for what kind of special event that she's going to wear हुन्छ नि it could be a wedding it could be an engagement a biggest moment of her life like a Cannes or like हुन्छ नि a beauty pageant so I mean जे कुरामा पनि whatever wherever the client is going to represent herself I think I should be able to deliver my best which I don't think one will put so much effort on you हैन if it's like हुन्छ नि अलिकति त्यो प्राइस डिफरेन्समा हेर्यो भने चाहिँ किनभने in a shop if you go होइन they might help you with the things that they have but then हामीले के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि we create from the scratch
Absolutely.
from
उहाँको
the
लागि
fabric.
नै भन्छ from
Exactly.
zero, ground zero.
So,
जब कि yeah, that's the difference. When you go to a designer, यहाँले जे लाउनुहुन्छ त्यो ground zero देखि नै यहाँको लागि नै customized हुन्छ, whereas the stuff that you get in the market is for all. र त्यसको replica easily भेटिन्छ के. So that's there. So yeah, on that note, we are almost towards the end, you know. So जानुभन्दा अगाडि
it's really fun
Really?
actually
So यहाँलाई चाहिँ personally, because it's been over a decade यहाँको journey भएको, अब 1.5 decades चाहिँ हुन लागिसक्यो हैन. यो सबै journeyमा चाहिँ what do you think you're still lacking यो कुरामा चाहिँ I think I still need to work more on this. I still need to do this. र हुन्छ नि यो चाहिँ म अझै better गरेर आउँछु भन्ने खालको चाहिँ के छ यहाँको लागि?
Personally, my personality, it's like I never make, normally people say that you should make like a 10-year plan or something of that sort, you know. I normally go with the flow. So that's what when I said like I believe in destiny, like when the star aligns. So whatever is there, मेरो भागमा जे छ हैन, it will come to me eventually, one day or another. So that's how I tend to live my life, because there have been so many instances in Nepal itself where we were hit by an earthquake, होइन, COVID, pandemic, and then like हुन्छ नि त्यो landlocked जुन चाहिँ हाम्रो we couldn't get, so I mean those kind of situation could come any day. भोलि नि के हुन्छ हामीलाई थाहा नै हुँदैन. So why make plans for such a long time when you don't know the next step? When I'm out of the studio, we don't know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
So I feel that you should live your life to the fullest at the moment, at the present, and try to enjoy the moment and try to see what's really beautiful out there, you know, and then you take a step ahead and then you move on, like from time to time. At the end, what is life? I know.
True.
What's your purpose in life? So those kind of things like actually makes you think again and again, like what are you going to do? I know. So next step when you take, I think it should come as it is. You shouldn't force yourself to be in that. हुन्छ नि म एक वर्षमा म त्यहाँ पुग्छु भनेर एउटा फोर्समा जान्छ नि त. सो त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ के भन्छ नि, you forget what you're doing. You are just seeing that only. होइन. So are you living your life actually?
Oh, wow.
Because at the end of it, you are not going to take anything from this life. You go on your own without even the clothes on. I know. So I think you should live the moment just like the present. The present is beautiful.
Wow, absolutely. The way you're explaining it, it absolutely makes sense. And I really love the thought process you have. यहाँको विचार चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै राम्रो लाग्यो. And yes, on that beautiful note, जाँदा जाँदै, what's a short and sweet message that you would love to give out to all of our viewers, your fans, your family, friends, सबैजनाको लागि?
Okay, the thing that I really want to say is like, as I've mentioned you before as well, like, please don't give up on your hard work, especially the designers who are upcoming, because you see like hundreds of designers passing out from college every year, but then where do they end up? So the platform that you need to create, it's, if there is no opportunity, then create your own opportunity, create your own way. Try to make it your way. Don't think of like what other people are doing. Try to do it your way. What you are comfortable with. Be yourself. Be your own. Have your own personality. So that's one thing that I really want to convey the message.
Well, that's
and
really
thank you so
beautiful
much
message.
for all the love and support. It's been such a beautiful journey, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot more interesting things in my life besides Khan. So I hope like to get fingers crossed. I hope to get more success in life as well.
Not just you, even we are really looking forward to
Thank
what
you so
more
much.
you can give to us, because हुन्छ नि यहाँले गर्नु भएको कामले चाहिँ it's just not all about you, okay? And I know that sounds really very heavy, but whatever you do, यसले हाम्रो पुरा नेसनलाई नै रिप्रेजेन्ट गरिरहेको छ नि जस्तो हामीले अघि पनि मेन्सन गर्यौँ कि टप 15 ब्युटिफुल ड्रेसेसमा हाम्रो कन्ट्री रेकग्नाइज गर्ने कहाँको भन्दा नेपालको पनि भएको छ नि त इट्स नट अबाउट टेन्जिङ इट्स अबाउट नेपाल पनि भएको छ सो वी निड टु रेकग्नाइज द्याट एन्ड वी निड टु अप्रिसिएट एन्ड वी निड टु लभ द वे वी सुड बी लभिङ यु सो थ्याङ्क यू सो मच फर अल द अमेजिङ क्रिएसन्स एन्ड अल द ब्युटिफुल गिफ्ट्स that you've given to our nation as a whole with amazing designs and work of yours, and it's such an honor to be sitting next to you. Frankly speaking, I really love your designs. I really appreciate your work, and I really wish amazing things for you in your life. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me as well.
On that beautiful note, wishing you all the very best for your amazing future ahead. We will have to say goodbye to you all. Thank you so much everyone for watching us. Have a lovely time ahead. Bye-bye.